Alright, so here we go. Pull up the seat. We're going to be ripping this up, but it's kind of glued to styrofoam underneath. We're also going to be reattaching this wall because it broke free due to his driveway. This is from the dude I bought it. So a lot of this is solid, but it's kind of right about here is where the water, you can kind of see, got it. So this corner rotted out when his water tank froze and busted. So yeah, we gonna replace it.
The kids had a chance to go back to camp for one last day, and they went to Aquarium Encounters. They got to see sharks and a Goliath grouper and all kinds of other fun things.
And here we are prepping for them to go snorkeling at Sawyer Key. It's kind of hard to see, but there's some rocks and like it has a very rocky shoreline. We're not allowed on the island because it's protected, but we can snorkel along it. And Owen is going to go fishing here in a bit. So we'll see how this all turns out.
The water was a little murky on the Gulf side, but still very intriguing with lots of beauty and coral life. It was a really good time just to see all the things that were out there.
Here we are at the Content Keys. Whoop whoop! Oh yeah! And it is like Bahama water, baby. Woo! It is so pretty. We just saw a big stingray go by a minute ago. It's a good one. Alright. So when we pulled in, they had just lowered down the big blimp that they used to look for narcotics and human trafficking coming in on boats. And then there's kind of this rainstorm that's kind of cruising in. It's not real bad, but we'll see what happens with it. So, yeah. But it is a kind of picture perfect day. Having a good time.
And then we raced the rain back to the boat launch. But hey, you're out on the water. It's all about getting wet. The RV projects are also going along swimmingly.
So today we kind of had a little excitement because we went dumpster diving at our RV camp. There were people that were throwing away things and we just kind of made use of it. So we got a bunch of plants and we found a beach chair in good condition and a shoe rack, and just had a lot of fun. Found some brandy spices, things like that we are incorporating some shelving inside the RV as well. And then Simeon went out today, volunteered doing a pigeon survey that they were doing here for a special endangered pigeon that lives down here, and he ended up bringing home his own treasure. And they found this brand new to us red kayak. It's a really nice one. They tried turning it in, and because it didn't have any numbers on it, they said that we could go ahead and take it. So now we have a new kayak too. Treasure day.
And here we are. I'm helping out with a white-crowned pigeon survey. And we're watching to see if they fly off and leave. Oh, there goes two. I saw them. Checking to see if they leave the island.
That was not time to very well. Try again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, that's cold. Big old turtle head.
The only time of year it gets them
I like it.
for always deer up there. Always. Now, whether you will see them or not, I don't know. But you have to look in the water.
Okay. Oh, what is that? Oh man, it looks like chocolatey goodness. Mom should like these, right?
Chocolate, right?
It's Tootsie Rolls and Raisinets.
Right.
And here we are. We're visiting the West Martello. It is the Key West Garden Club, but it used to be a Civil War fort that the North held. And it has been turned into a beautiful garden.
Yeah, the men would stand in there and put your gun in, right?
They could. That's how they could defend. It's pretty sweet. Oh my word. It's not too late. Grab him quick. Oh man, there's a bigger one. Get him, Emmett. Go, go, go. Okay, all right. Let's go back on the thing. So here in the Keys, they have giant milkweed. So this thing is like 8 feet tall. And the monarch butterflies just love it because there's a lot to eat. I want to go with it.
Well, kind of back. They're like so camouflaged until they move on.
The labyrinthian mind, or something like that.
Oh, those are like, don't change that to it. And you know this? And that's like how big they are.
It's just beautiful out here along. You just see down into the water. Beautiful day in Key West. Here we are at Fort Taylor. Oh yeah! We got some of the cannons are actually from the Civil War era, are actually embedded in the concrete walls. They just kind of shoved them in and filled it, backfilled it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Do, 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 do. Exploring the fort. Whoa. You can see these were tracks so they could swivel the guns. And then here was the moat looking out over the bay so they could protect. But yeah, like this is just so cool. Overall, we had a great time in Key West doing the non-commercialized things. Well, it began with an early 5 a.m. start, heading out to the lobstering grounds, day of regular season. And there were lots of them. Unfortunately, they were all a little small. We also found a lot of really neat shells, and everyone had a chance to practice their lobster skills. So we collected all kinds of fun things off the bottom. Sea biscuits and sea urchin shells. There were tons of fish. And it was just kind of a diver's delight. Even though we didn't find any lobster that were big enough to eat, it was still a fun exercise and practice. And a build-up, you know, because if we'd found, 40-pound lobster today, the rest of the trip would be kind of anticlimactic. Rebecca and the kids had actually collected a whole bunch of clams that they found around the site. They were all close to being big enough to keep, but in the end we decided to release them back into the wild so they could live on and make more happy little clams. We were diving on an old sunken barge, and a lot of the compartments had rusted out. And so there were all kinds of holes and nooks and crannies for just eels and fish and crabs and lobster to all hide in. So it was a most glorious time of exploration. We ended the trip with some lobster Reubens, store-bought of course. And then we went back and we cleaned up the trailer. And we swept and cleaned.
They're removing the awning, so when we try to sell it, they can show it's not broken. I'm not sure.
And here we are at our epic iguana burger taste testing. It's actually iguana Reubens. All right. Pick it up, snack it down. Tastes like chicken. It's like the alligator of the trees.
A little chewy chicken.
There you go. Very nice. Little kraut, little Thousand Island, baby. Woo! And of course cheese. My wife wouldn't do it without cheese.
Okay, right here. Minimum and maximum. Go! Oh! New max, old mid. Go ahead. Oh, I don't know. That looked like a... And here we are, out bully netting. And trying to see things in the water, and we can hear something like dolphins or manatees just off to the side. And Owen caught a ballyhoo, and they've been trying to catch some needlefish, so kind of cool. After a 1 a.m. start to the day and going back to bed around 3, we eventually got back up later that afternoon and went to Sammy's Creek. Managed to finally catch a legal lobster and find some empty conch shells, which the FWC officer told us we can keep as long as there are no animals in them, or holes in them, because then you can't knock them out. So we found lots of little guys, but only a couple big ones. It's kind of nice. We were out there with Mr. Ryan as he was out doing bird surveys, and we kind of caught up with him. And the kids practiced snorkeling and diving. It was a pretty amazing afternoon. And after about 2.5, 3 hours in the water, we all started to cramp up. So we decked it out and went home. It's not too bad a day.